So this is the time of year that a lot of people are getting their long-awaited college acceptances, and I understand the struggle of trying to choose the right college, and that's where I come in. My name is 𝕄𝕒𝕒𝕤𝕤, and I am a sophomore human bio major attending UC Santa Cruz. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit more of a chill video where I go over the pros and cons of UC Santa Cruz, and also what I wish I knew and some of my experiences at the college while painting. And without further ado, let's get started. So if you're a big nature person, then UCSC is definitely a place for you. UC Santa Cruz is in the heart of the SC Mountains. It is basically a college that's on a hill, and it is 20 minutes from the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. So if you've seen my previous vlogs, you'll definitely see just how beautiful the campus is. It's just trees all around. Everywhere there's just beautiful wildlife, and honestly, it's been a great distressor like when I'm going back and forth from classes. If any of that sounds like it's something that you would consider in a college, then you should definitely consider applying. Another huge pro of UC Santa Cruz would definitely be the professors. Professors at UCSC, especially in the STEM department, definitely care about your success, and they've been very lenient going into the pandemic. Although they are research professors, they still devote a lot of time to make sure their students are doing well in their classes, at least in the STEM department. So if you feel like that's something that will draw you to UC Santa Cruz, then you should definitely apply. Also, regardless of what college you go to, I highly recommend going to your professor's office hours, as that is a really good way to connect with them and potentially get letters of recommendation. The TAs at UCSC are also very helpful, and I've gone to them when I have to study for midterms, and they've also been very helpful in giving study tips and anything else to really help me succeed in my classes. So another huge pro of UCSC is definitely the downtown. They have many shops, art galleries, restaurants. They have pretty much anything you really want in a downtown. And the food scene there is also very good. I've been to some of the restaurants for my birthday, and they had some pretty good food. Another huge pro of going to Santa Cruz, I would say, is definitely the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Santa Cruz is basically 20 minutes from the boardwalk, and at the beginning of the year, there is an event where new students, and honestly old students as well, can go to the boardwalk for free. You get to go on all the rides, and you also get to get some great food and meet many new people. So this is definitely a great event to make friends at the very beginning of the school year. Moving on to another huge pro, which is undergraduate research. So if you've researched about UCSC, then you definitely know that we are really top when it comes to undergraduate research. In fact, there is an undergraduate research grant where you can apply to, and you just have to give them the details of your proposal and basically the budget for your project. I have not really looked into that as much, but if you want to get into undergraduate research, you should definitely apply to UCSC. Another huge pro of going to UCSC, I would say, is definitely the diversity. The diversity here is very good. We are actually ranked number 20 on niche.com. And in my personal experience of going to the college, I've definitely met a lot of different people and definitely been exposed to many different perspectives. And that has helped really broaden my global perspective and mindset. So if you are hoping to go to a diverse campus, then this is definitely a great option for you. So now we talked about several of the pros of UCSC, now it's time to talk about some of the cons. One huge con, I would say, of going to UCSC is the housing cost. Back when I was on campus, I basically lived in a triple dorm, and for a triple dorm at UCSC, it cost almost $4,700. $4,700. Now, I don't know about you, but that seems a little expensive. Fortunately, I've been living at home for my second year of college, so it hasn't been too bad. Which brings me to the next con, which is protests. So this may not be that much of a con, but the protests from last year definitely cut into our classes a little bit, but to be honest, it wasn't that bad. If you want to get more information about the protests, I highly recommend that you ask around to people who went to the protests last year, and also on the internet. Another huge setback of going to UCSC, I would say, is the decentralized campus. So if you've done your research, then you know that UCSC is separated into 10 colleges, one of which is College 10, which I am an affiliate of. What I would say the decentralized campus is a con is it is really hard to get around campus without the loop bus, and also it's kind of hard to go to my friends' houses on the other side of campus, even if I wanted to. That being said, another con of going to UCSC is the inconsistent transportation. There have been times where the loop buses will come late and I will not be able to make it to class on time. There have also been cases where on the loop app, which there are several, it will say that a loop is coming, a loop bus is coming, but a loop would never come. Another con of UCSC I would definitely say are the class sizes. Although this is an issue at several UCs, at UC Santa Cruz, some of your beginner classes can have either 300 400 people in one classroom. And I feel this kind of takes away from building a closer relationship with your professor. However, if you do go to your professor's office hours and you attend discussion section, this definitely creates more of that classroom feel. And one of the last cons of UCSC, I would say, is the food. This is not really a con, I would say, but in my experience, the food at UCSC has been pretty mediocre. That being said, they do have many options of food from many different cuisines. They have many different options like a salad bar, a sandwich bar, and they even have a breakfast bar if you kind of just want to grab something and go to class. If I were to overall rate UCSC's food, I would give it a C rating for its pretty decent food, but also at times mediocre food. I thought I would just go rapid fire and say what I wish I knew before attending UCSC. Number 1, do not pay for textbooks. Number 2, so if you want to get your ideal schedule, you're gonna have to be there on the dot to get your classes. Number 3, you can take up to 25% of the classes for your graduation at a community college. Number 4, plan your classes in advance. Number 5, going to tutoring and going to office hours really set you up for success. Number 6, you need to go out of your way and email the professor multiple times if you want to get letter of recommendations and internship opportunities. Number 7, start looking for internship opportunities as soon as possible, so you will have a list of internships by the time you are your junior year when you really need them. Number 8, networking is one of the best ways to create connections that will help you get jobs, internships, and also to make friends. So do a lot of networking. Number 9, the beach is not really as close as you think. Number 10, sports culture at UCSC is not as big as I thought, and it doesn't really have that classic college football culture. I know I didn't finish my painting today in this chatty paint with me video, but if you want to see the finished product, I'll definitely be posting on Instagram, so stay tuned. I hope my pros and cons and what I wish I knew before attending UC Santa Cruz has helped your decision. If you have any questions about UC Santa Cruz or just college in general, definitely leave a comment down below and I'll definitely get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.